Be it UK market or global market, look guys, my vision for the industry has always been the same. I want to create business model for our clients, people who are starting like yourself, to enjoy it, to create an amazing business model where you know that you're gonna obviously get the return on investment that you guys deserve, but more importantly to educate yourself, right? And one of the things I've always said in many of my videos is I want to create something for the industry where 20 years later, 2043, I want to sit down and really say how beautiful the industry was, what an impact, what a positive impact me and Grow Airbnb team made in the industry to help people like yourself start well. And in today's video, I really want to go back to the basic of, it doesn't matter what part of the world you are in trying to start an Airbnb or short-term rental business. A lot of mentorship tells you to go and use AirDNA to find, the market research, which is pretty good information. A part of you also knows how to go and do Airbnb and Booking.com research, but in this video, look, that's not enough. That you can't just go in there and just create, do a search and look at the amount of stock. I really want to go deep into how you're going to do it, how you're going to maximize it. But for me, more importantly, we don't do mentorship. So what I really want to talk about is I want you to understand that Airbnb and Booking.com is only 10% of your market research. And even in that 10%, I want you guys to do the best research possible. So guys, I'm going to share you my screen first, and then we'll go through some more details. So firstly, let me show you what 90% of mentorship and training program says to you, right? So firstly, as usual, they tell you to go into AirDNA. If you probably have heard of AirDNA before, but it kind of gives you most of the data, or not 100%. Obviously you can have paid option, but let's say in this case I'm going to put Chelsea as an example, and go search. This is a rough idea about the data information that obviously Airbnb has got to offer, including the AirDNA data together mixed with Verbo and all that kind of stuff. But remember, it's not allowing you to understand what the direct booking and all that kind of information is in there in someone's property. So for example here, going into Chelsea, go London, right? So it says roughly the potential active property in that area firstly, right? So you can see there numbers of things people look at is look at Airbnb data, Verbo, listed on both platform, the size of property, what's available in the market. Don't get me wrong, there are great data. It says about the rental growth, it's actually dropped down, what amenities people have, what availability, all that kind of stuff. But more importantly, just gives you a rundown of what other people are doing, right? So for example here, daily rate, occupancy rate, what revenue they're making on that property. However, if you now go into your Airbnb, which a lot of people do, and then I do exactly the same thing, which is go into Chelsea, right? A lot of people will put a random date because they want to know the market due diligence. Now, this is what you've been told on Airbnb or in your mentorship and training program, is just go and look at what's available there, look at the surrounding area. Obviously you can zoom in and you could potentially look at a property that's in, let's say in this case, that road there, right? So if your property is here, you're probably going to go look at this property, you're going to go look at that property, and it kind of gives you an indication. And again, the same in Booking.com. You'll be able to do the same. Now, generally that kind of gives you an indication of what's available in your potential investment area. However, guys, if you haven't watched my recent video under guest and their potential booking behavior, because like I've always said, it's quite easy to go and get a property, make 100 phone calls, have that conversation with estate agent or real estate agent and landlords. Likely chances are one of them will like you and they will end up giving you a property. But what if the property doesn't perform? What the guest doesn't book? You're going to end up having an empty property, not going to make money, and you're going to lose relationships as well. So now, if you watch that video, you will understand the type of guest and their potential booking behaviors. Now think about that exact thing. I've gone through that in that video. Now look guys, you can go back and watch that video first and come back and watch it again, or watch this through first and go back and watch that video, because I'll put the link down below. It's going to give you an idea of how to do market research based on customer behavior. Now, let me share you my screen on how detailed, and for me, like I said to you, this DD, due diligence, is less than 10% when you're taking a deal, right? So firstly, think about the market research and the guest. Now, if I'm looking at a property, let's say I was relocating to New York for a month for work, right? Because I want to travel and I want to work. I'm looking to stay there for a month while I travel and stuff. What I'm going to do as a guest behavior for someone who is looking for a relocation property for a month while I work, while I enjoy traveling, I'm going to go into Airbnb, put a location, and I'm going to go and search for a whole month. So for, let's say, 2 people, and there you go. Now this is the result that Airbnb is currently showing me based on the potential stock available from 1st of July till 31st of July. Now, bearing in mind 2 things here. A, if your property's only got 1 booking, your property would not be shown on the searches, because if you think about it, I'm searching for a whole month. If you've got 1 night booking in the middle of the month, you've already got a messed up calendar. So for me, you've got to be very strategic on how you're going to get this. Now, secondly, this tells me that there's about 1,000 property available in New York, potentially for or over 1,000 property. But if I was now, think about guest behavior wise, now if I was only actually traveling there for a week as a leisure stay, I would now do only a week because I'm a leisure guest. I'm not a monthly relocation client. Now, that's going to happen is now you're probably going to see a lot more stock available because I'm only trying to book that property for a week, not for a month. However, imagine I would only go there for a Monday to Friday meeting. So again, I do a search as a business traveler. I'm now doing a Monday to Friday meeting, right? This is the type of guest behaviors, relocation clients, Monday to Friday, contractor or business travelers. You could be a holiday maker, like I said, for a week. You don't have to book instant. You might be traveling for September. So go and do exactly what a customer would do while they're trying to book a property and see what's the potential there is. Especially you zoom in, you'll be able to see the exact amount of properties in that investment area, but also what's around the properties and what they've got to book your property as well. Now guys, by doing that, you can see how more specific you are on your Airbnb searches. You can do exactly the same on booking.com. The idea here is to understand guest behaviors, understand the type of guests you're going to serve, and more importantly, how they're going to book your property. Because while I was doing that, I saw numbers of property whose setup wasn't great. Secondly, I saw some of their title wasn't that great, or just the whole setup of the property wasn't that appealing. So it gives me an understanding of market competition and what the research says. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this Grow Airbnb video. I wanted to show you how just checking on Airbnb and booking.com is in a full market due diligence. Like I said, for me, I normally say this is only 10% of what we do. You know, we've actually got in-house software where when we're working with GYB clients or Grow Airbnb clients, we actually copy and paste their tool in my tool, and it actually gives their market data, what their competitions are doing, and we want to think forward. That's the whole point of starting an Airbnb business. You just don't want to be another product in your investment area. So guys, I hope you enjoyed another Grow Airbnb video. I really enjoyed sharing some of my knowledge. Like I said, you go and watch the guest behavior video because that's going to open your eyes to understand what guests are looking for. More importantly, how you're going to complete a good market research. And yeah, tons of other videos that you guys can enjoy in this channel. So please make sure you hit that like, subscribe and share, and we'll be back with another video soon.